My name's Clinton Lee. I'm 23 years old, from Emerald, Texas, and I currently live in Wichita, Kansas. So the first time that I kind of noticed that my hair was, my hairline was receding was about the time I was about 16 years old. So obviously being in high school, that was, I don't know, that was tough on me. So going into college, in high school you're not able to wear a hat, but still had quite a bit of hair in high school. So in college, I wore a hat every day to class, which, it wasn't a big deal. I didn't really work outside of the college. I could wear my hat whenever I wanted to. So when I was coming out of college, I was applying for jobs, and I honestly was looking for jobs that you could wear a hat. I don't know. It was just a self-esteem thing for me. It really bothered me because I'm 23 now, but at the time I'm 20 years old and I've got, the hairline of my dad. I was kind of fanatical about my research, and I think that, kind of what set Good Look Inc. apart, because I'd looked at some companies that were in Europe that did micropigmentation. I mean, I looked all over the country, and one thing that kind of put Good Look Inc. ahead of the pack was that, I was sitting in my dorm room and I called Good Look Inc. because I wanted to talk about it, because I had explored some other options, and being a finance major, it didn't really make much sense to me to spend this huge amount of money on a solution for this, but I think it bothered me enough that I would have. But I stumbled across Good Look Inc. and having that initial conversation, it lasted almost 2 hours. And one thing that kind of put Good Look Inc. Ahead of the pack was that they seemed to kind of care about my situation. They wanted to get to know me, and the person I initially spoke to had the procedure done himself, so he kind of understood the struggles that I had gone through, and that it was kind of difficult to talk about, and things like that. So I think that doing all the research, looking at every picture that Good Look Inc. had to offer multiple times, and then financially making sense to me. And then I think what kind of sealed the deal was that the people here really do care about what this is going to do for your life, because I think it's done so much for them. When I first got here, I was super nervous. I sat out in the parking lot for like 10 minutes before I actually came in the building. But yeah, when I got in, I was greeted by the staff. They were incredibly friendly. I met my technician, and she was she was awesome. I wouldn't say that the procedure hurt at all. I mean, it was super relaxing. They brought me lunch. They let me watch the end of the season that I was finishing on Netflix. So I really had a great time. I would definitely recommend this procedure to anybody who is going through the same thing that I went through before I had this procedure. I suffered in confidence, whether it was in my professional life or in my personal life. I didn't take my hat off in front of my girlfriend. I didn't take my hat off in front of my parents, who don't care what my hair looks like, but to me it meant that much. And so I think if you're letting hair loss bother you the way I let it bother me, I let it consume me. I thought about it 24/7, every day of the week, and it stopped me from really enjoying life. So I think now that I've had it done, I don't worry about it. I wake up and I buzz my head, and no one says anything about it. No one thinks anything about it. And I've moved to a new city. I've made new friends. I think that my confidence level has shot through the roof, and I've done things that I never thought I could do. I've had a hat off in front of people I never thought I could have a hat off in front of. So I think if you're on the fence at all, or you're even considering it, do your research. But I think Good Look Inc. is an awesome place to come, and they truly care about you, and they these guys have had it done that work here, and I think that they understand what it means to you. So if you're at all considering it, I would proceed. It's been great for me.